It's the Cable League. MTGO Show.
Hello, Time Walk. One of these puppies. Dota Auto Chess, the OG and best auto bedler ever. So my issue with most auto bedlers is that there's a huge time sink involved as you wait for the slowest people in the universe to make their decisions. And then you have to, like, watch all the animations and stuff, and, like, takes a fucking billion years. And if you need time to tank because you, like, don't know what anything is and you like to read everything, like, too bad there's a clock because everybody else needs to make their game go on, you know? And the thing that I really like about Once Upon a Galaxy is that you're playing against, like, the ghosts of people's past runs. Like, their decision trees are saved for other people's future runs when they go through. Ooh, Tamiyo and Time Walk. This is fucking awesome. You get more clues. Tamiyo can rebuy Time Walk. That's a match made in heaven right there. And what that means is, in Once Upon a Galaxy, you'll be playing against human-made decisions, right? Snapcaster Time Walk. That's not bad. That's not bad. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. But you can do it at your own pace. There's no rope. You can take as long as you want, or you can go as quickly as you want. So you can play, like, a lot of games in a very short period of time, which makes the game a little addicting, too. Holy good start, Batman. Yeah, it's an excellent fucking start, huh? The Bazaar does the same thing. Yeah, I've heard good things about the Bazaar. So there are two cards in this pack. I don't think you stay blue. I don't think you take Jace here. There are two cards in this pack that appeal to me with this start, and it's Parallax Wave and Nadu. My blue-white decks have not been super successful lately, and Nadu's a very powerful card. I'm just going to snap that up. Green's usually really open, too, so that'll help us fill out our ranks, as it were. It also puts us in the right color combination for other Tamiyo, because the other Tamiyo is also really good with Time Walk, and that's a blue-green card. I'm going to grab Hedge Maze here. Things lining up pretty cleanly. Yeah, right, Mr. Krasny scene. Yeah, they're very different. Like, Once Upon a Galaxy is a drafting game, and that's, I think, why it's, like, very intuitive for Magic players. It was also designed by Magic players. I think Smedster was the lead designer. One of the times I was streaming it, because I streamed it a couple times, I was talking about how I'd like to hit the #1 range slot at some point, and he said if I took a screenshot, I said, and then I will have the #1 headband, reference to an old anime, and he said that if I hit it and took a screenshot, that he would send me a headband. So, gotta get that headband. Gotta get that #1 headband. It's coming to me. This pack's interesting. I like the Lose Focus. I like the Oddity. I mean, those are the only two real options, huh? So it's good that I like them. Oddity's like a really nice something to do if you've got a Gaia's Cradle, which we don't currently have. I'm gonna grab the Lose Focus as another thing for Snapcaster to do, huh? Delighted Halfling and Nadu just play really well together. Not a lot to think about there. I'm gonna grab Time Warp. We're already building around Time Walk, huh? Might as well be consistent about it. And then there is nothing I want here at all. Lava Spur Boots and Nadu are a combo. Nice to have combos. Ooh, do I want Eternal Witness for Time Walk, Time Warp, or do I want Safekeeper for not? I think I want Eternal Witness. There's a lot of Nadu combos. Yeah, that's the goal at is now. I haven't gotten into the 50s yet for that game though. I think the highest I've been that I noticed was 69. Climbing gets pretty hard because you start losing rating for like a third place finish. Like, It's kind of the same with Magic Online and such, or not Magic Online, but the arena rankings. Like you kind of just need to go on a nice win streak when you're like already in a good position. I think we want the Mana Vault here. I like the Generosent. I like Generosent for Hedge Maze. Yeah, I only hit number 1 on Fnatic's really good with the Oddity. I want to take the Mana Vault anyway. Nice little burst of mana. Yeah, I only hit number 1 on Arena. It's hard for me with Arena because I just like don't play Arena constantly, right? I'll like play for a week or two when a new set's out. And then like a smattering of constructed streams. But it's not like I'm there grinding. But there was like 3 weeks where they did a flashback. And they had a bunch of like Innistrad cards in there and shit. And I was like, ooh, this is my jam. Something remastered. This is an interesting pack. I might take the Green Sun Zenith. Green Sun Zenith has a high chance of wheeling, though. Maybe I'm supposed to grab, like, Flash or Skydiver. Something high impact. It's cool that Green Sun can find Nadu. It also finds, like, several combo pieces with Nadu. Yeah, I don't know if I want to dilute my deck with Flash combo. Remand is sexy. This is the Heath. You think Triple Innistrad is the best draft format of all time? It's up there for me. I don't think it's the best of all time, but at the time, it was very, very good to me. Anyway, when they had that flashback format with all those boomer cards, was the one time that I got to number 1 on Arena, because I was just, like, jamming it and crushing everybody for a couple weeks. And then I only held it for, like, a day. I held it for, like, a day, and then they changed the format. They changed it several times throughout the... There were, like, 10 cards that, like, slotted in and stuff, and it felt like it had a big change. 10 cards, bigger impact on the format than you'd expect. Yeah, I really wanted that Remand. Just one more Time Walk, right? Another really good Snapcaster card, but good mana is so important. It's so fucking important. So I just took the Heat there. We might get some landfall synergies later, too. I'm going to preordain here over the Waterlogged. Might even wheel the Waterlogged. Well, this card would have played well with that Flash, but then I would have had to have a fucking Triplicate Titan in my deck, right? I might grab Containment Priest for a potential splash. I could see us having a rough time with Reanimator and such. Dabear. Yeah, thinking about Occult Epiphany, thinking about Curator. Let's take the draw spell, Well, Nantuku plays well with Nadu. It also plays really well with Eternal Witness, What do I think was the best draft format? There's been some real bangers recently. I really liked the one with like the neon rats and shit. The new Kamigawa set. I think that's probably my pick for number 1. And then I really liked the first Dominaria set where they released sagas and stuff. Really enjoyed that one. So we're in a spot where Titanium could be really good, but I don't think we need it. I think I'd rather grab the Canker Bloom or the Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah, about that, MJ Kelly. About 1,500 subs. Absolutely destroying any other day. What's my take on Tarkir Dragonstorm? I enjoyed it. The like 3 days that I drafted it. How's my voice the next day? I mean, I mostly just like worked outside. I didn't talk much the next day. That's why I took that day off. That's why I took yesterday off, was to give my voice a break. And we get another booster, Another boost. Mystical Tutor would be nice. Something to find that Time Walk every game. And then we really want 4-mana Tameo. But yeah, I think we're in a really good spot here. The nice thing about both Tameos and Eternal Witness is that they rebuy the Time Walk without exiling. With Snapcaster, you lose the card. The last time I had a deck like this really pop off, I also got Lutri. That was kind of nice. It's very expensive to get Lutri to hand to set up to do with Time Walk. A lot of times you just like need to play the Time Walk to stay alive. But having the option, so sometimes you can take a few turns and then like set up the play with Lutri and Walk. Use it on the last one, take 2 in a row. So we're gonna take the mana drain here. Another nice Snapcaster Mage target. Lorien would be nice, help the mana base a little bit. And then Lutri, of course, is the card we're hoping wheels here. Interesting. Too bad we can't grab the Hull Breacher and the Time Twister, huh? Flooded Strand would help with the mana. Ancient Tomb helps casting Time Warp, but not much else. Yeah, I don't really want to put colorless cards in my deck. I'm going to grab the Time Twister. The main reason I'm grabbing Time Twister is that it shuffles Time Walk and Time Warp back into your deck. So it should help with recursion and such at a certain point. Metamorph is cute with Eternal Witness. Not really an Academy deck, huh? We've got Tamio spitting out clues, but that's about it. It's not enough. The Nature's Lore is tempting. I think I'm going to grab that Elvish Mystic. It's a little dorkerino. Little dork with its stupid elf dorkiness. Dork. Okay, next card. I could see throwing a Wasteland in the sideboard. Treachery is really good in some matchups, but I don't think I need it. I think we can just kill people just by taking all the turns, Ooh, Tropical Island. Yeah, if the Trop wasn't here, I'd be into the Ponder or the Chariot. They're both great. Chariot self-targets. Self-creates like a target every turn for Nadu, which is nice. So I probably would have grabbed that. The Trop's really good, though. Shuffling other Power 9 is why Twister is Power 9. Yep. Yeah, Twister, everyone's like, this card's dog shit. It's like, wow, how is this better than Wheel of Fortune or whatever? And the thing is, once you already have other Power 9, like Time Walk and Black Lotus and stuff, then Twister starts to become, like, the best one, right? Once you're, like, shuffling all the good cards back into your deck. So it really leans on the other ones to be actually considered power. But if you have one of each of them, Twister's very good. It's the one you always want to draw after you Oracle the Alpha too, the 2/3. Hello, Tamio. So if this was like my first pick, I would probably take the counterspell and just count on wheeling Tamio because nobody else can really use it except for us. But it'd be like counting on a literal last pick Tamio, right? Because there's 9 cards here. I'm not gonna make that risk. It's so good in this deck. It's just like really unreal with Time Walk and Warp and such. You need to understand how good Twister is when you have multiple Twisters in the same deck. I mean, when I play Chandelar, that's usually when I do the end run. Is when I have like a few Twisters so I can like loop my Time Walks with it. The very first Chandelar run I ever did, I like fully maxed out my deck for the final boss because I didn't really know what to expect. And I had the only lands were 4 Underground Sea, I think, or maybe I was I'm not sure. There might have been an Academy. And then it was 4 Mox Pearl, 4 Mox Jet, 4 Black Lotus, 4 Time Walk, 4 Twister, 4 Demonic Tutor. And I won with Underworld Connections. Or is it Underworld Dreams? I always confuse those two names. It's the triple black enchantment that every time your opponent draws a card, they lose a life. And then I showed up in the end boss in that game has like 1,200 life or something. It's like, all right, this is gonna take a lot of Time Twisters. This is gonna take a lot of Twisters. Let's go. Hey, the Lutri came back. Awesome. So right now we need one more card, basically. And we could always sub in the Heritage Reclamation. Metamorph seems as good as any. Cubicle Shoals. What do you mean, Fuzzy Cord? Ooh, late Ponder. Looks like we got a cut to make. Gotcha, Fuzzy Cord. Yeah, you could get away with 16 lands. We have a couple dorks and some cantrips and such. But I think the deck is more mana hungry than it appears. Maybe this is fine. Singing to Stupor is a spell sometimes too. Is Wasteland Troll? No, I'm playing like Mana Drain into Eternal Witness. So I don't want a colorless land in my deck. When I drafted it, I said it was going to be a sideboard card. I'll bring it in against like someone who has a Busted Academy deck. But it basically takes up a spell slot. Yeah, let's try this. $11 blue, 9 green. I think we need to 10-10 those. The Mystic does let you double your green, though. But we have double greens and double blues. More blue cards than green cards, but I don't think that matters, right? Like, you still need access to both on turn 1. Bloom. And then I take song recommendations. Get introduce a lot of cool things that way. Oh, 2 cards. Fair enough. You find Spotify always recommends things you've already listened to. Yeah. Yeah, you basically have to put in a band that you haven't listened to get, like, interesting recommendations from Spotify and the like. Music journalism is a cool outlet, too. That seems like a thing I want to mana drain, doesn't it? Might not use this mana drain mana for anything. Oh, I can put Lutra to hand. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Awesome. I think Mother Runes is fine. I'll probably counter that one, though. We're not really like a targety deck, right? Like, we're not trying to kill a bunch of creatures. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think I want to play my land first. I think I just want to play this. Keeping the land in hand gives me more options for discarding. Discard 5 cards. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Kevin. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 57 months. Let's go ahead and bin this Fanatic. Bin a land. And now I need 3 more cards. Let's bin the Mana Vault, too. Maybe I should bin the Mystic Confluence. Yeah, just one at a time. Yeah, let's bin it. Get one more, 1/1. Actually, maybe Mana Vault's better than a land. Oh, but if I play a land this turn, I can run out the boots this turn. Okay. Hey, Done the Math, thanks to the sub, thanks to 21 months there. Done the Math says, somehow managed to dodge 1,500 gifted subs, but not missing the start of the 365. Hell yeah. So you could bring back Fanatic of Ronos and give it haste with the Lava Spur boots. I think we're better off just, well, now we could Green Sun and get a single trigger. I guess that's worth doing. No, I'll just get my 2 triggers. Well, shit. Looks like I should have done the 4/4 thing. Because they probably would have solituded it. Well, at least I got a second Nadu trigger out of the old deal, Ooh, Tamiyo. I'll play it. Attacking here just gets like, what, 4 damage in? Doesn't feel worth. Because the Spirit Token blocks and gets pro from the mother. Post-rock stuff. I wouldn't call Dance with the Dead post-rock, no. This synthwave. You would just have to watch the recap of Wednesday's stream, Emily. Hey, Van Wedge, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 32 months. Yeah, they're very guitar heavy for being a synthwave band, Tasty Cactus. Their live show, they will actually, when I saw them, their first like half an hour or so, they were in front of the synthesizers, and then they just like pulled out the guitars and just shredded for the rest of it. The first 365 was 2016 to 2017, starting and ending in July. Hey, Gam Gam Chan, thanks for the 98 months there. Yeah, I was just going to metamorph the Glorybringer, but this is funnier. Good matchup for Stern Scolding. I don't think I want to cut anything, though. And it is worth something to draw. Hey, thanks, Kadunk. Is this the sweetest cube archetype? It's my favorite. Yeah, I was really happy when they added Lava Boots. Metamorph Snappy. Not after they decided to eat the Snapcaster, of course. That was no longer a line. Black Red Reanimator. Black Red Reanimator with Sneak Attack can be very fun. I feel like you can get that a lot more often, though. Because a lot of the cards are kind of trashy in other archetypes. Hard to figure out whether to bin the bear or the singing the stupor. Opposition has not been in years, no. They did a throwback vintage cube last year that had opposition and stuff. That was pretty sweet, I think. But then they put out an article where they're like, everyone who liked this cube is an idiot. This cube sucks. We're never playing it again. I don't think we can beat this turn 2/4, Yeah, that's what I said, Taylor. This is a little awkward because I get to replay the Jackrabbit larger. But then I can sing in a stupor it. I think is the plan. Not a very well thought out plan. Monarchy can be bad against a turn stack, but we need to actually take the Monarchy for that to happen, right? So even though we have 6 mana here, we can't play Nadu and Sing into Stupor. Because the Mana Vault makes 3 colorless, and there's only 2 colorless in between these 2 cards. So we're just going to pass. Kind of need those Lava Boots, huh? Or a Time Walk. Time Walk would also be sweet. Pumping for the 2-shot. Come on, come on. Is Canexi about? I believe Canexi was like literally in yesterday's stream. Helping support, or not yesterday's, Wednesday's stream, helping support the 365. Throwing down some subs. Thanks, you happy to know that. One of the Canexi was one of the reasons that I originally started streaming. Because he made a very generous donation of some power on Magic Online. And then I had a couple other friends that would lend me cards and stuff. Got me going. It was very different being a content creator, being a penniless content creator back in the day. Now here I am with a sponsorship from Mana Traders and Daybreak giving me a God account. Got cards out the wazoo. Yeah, replace basically any of these cards with an island, not the preordain. I'm going to keep this and bin the Mana Vaults. Hopefully this will work out. A lot of old viewers still here. Yeah, I think that's the majority of my my audience. I'll very often get the comment where the person's like, yeah, I don't really play much Magic, but still tune in. That might be one of the reasons that Vintage Cube is still one of my best formats for streaming. Not only like my favorite format, but also one of my best. Because people still recognize a lot of the cards. A little easier to keep up with when like 10 cards change per cycle instead of an entire rotation, huh? I'm passing with a bunch of mana up. I don't like attacking here, so I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, Nick Savage. If there's one thing I know about you, it's that you love a good draft. So I was gonna metamorph the Skyclave, but this feels way better. This Tameo rolling. And this Tameo will eventually find a Time Walk. The equip here prevents the double block, which I would happily do, of course. One of the reasons you followed is you kept getting beat at me in matches in Moto. Oh, that's funny. That's some high praise. Had to show up, see what all the fuss was about. Yeah, I don't know if they're just flooding or what over there. There's so many flash things. The last time I didn't attack, they didn't flash anything into block or whatever. But then they didn't, yeah, they just didn't do anything. I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna keep chilling. They gotta have something, right? They have 4 cards in hand. Maybe they're just flooding to Bejeebus. I'm just like giving them a little bit of life. You learned to draft from early Caleb YouTube back in 2014-ish. Yeah. I think I did a few videos for Channel Fireball in like 2012, 2013. But then I started doing more. Became more of a regular thing. Been Time Warp and Nadu. Just gonna flashback Preordain here. Do I have any desire to make it back to pro level play? Like, yeah, I mean, so the big issue for me is the time commitment involved. Like, playing in an RCQ is a day that I could just be streaming and making money and stuff, but it would certainly be fun. And the regional championships, I've only qualified for a couple of regional championships. I think I only played an RCQ like once in every like 2 or 3 seasons or something. But the ones that I went to, it was like really cool to see a bunch of like old grinders and such. So that Parallax Wave, and this thing has Trample, so this is going to be a little odd, but I'm just going to throw everything in front. Make them burn some counters if they want. No, Striker Dust. So like lately, I've basically only been playing in like a few paper events a year, and I've been kind of enjoying that. What do I want to name? Oh, Time Twister, right? Hey, Spawn, thanks for the $5. Appreciate it. I'd have to do a backpack stream at KubeCon? No. So KubeCon has 2 scheduled drafts per day, and they typically get done around 5. So I could stream from 7 to 11 or something, or 7 to midnight fairly reasonably. There's some music fests and stuff that I intend to rock. They're going to be pretty similar. It's Inquisitive Student, right? Yeah. Oh, if we finally been the time twister, I see. Eternal Witnesses in the bin, too. Yeah, the awkward thing is, so the Tameo could downtick on Time Walk, but I think you lose if you do that. So I'm not going to do that. Like, I think you deck out with your extra turns, because we only have 3 cards here. And the Eternal Witness is another card that could rebuy Twister. And there's another Tameo. There's a 1-mana Tameo that could do that. But we don't know when we would draw the Tameo, right? It would probably just not work. So I just put Lutri to hand, and now I'm going to shuffle it into my deck, I guess. As well as give them a fresh 7 with all their lands here. But I don't really see a better way to win, so that's what I'm doing. Maybe I'm supposed to play the bear. I think not. Yeah, I'm gonna not, and then I could play a Time Walk if I draw one. I feel a little silly in regards to Lutri. Maybe I should have Epiphanied here. Epiphany to find Tameo. I guess they would have just swords did, huh? Awesome. I almost named Nadum. His attack's probably worse than just green sunning for Eternal Witness there. For the Time Walk. Nice. Classic, iconic. Fnatic kind of saving this opener, huh? Was that going to be close? I didn't think so. We were going to bounce Eternal Witness and draw 2 with our Confluence. And then the Tameo could downtick on another Time Walk. So Twister does shuffle the Grizzlebrand back in. It's kind of cute to fucking metamorph it. I am indeed doing a 365 challenge. Day 1, friends. Day 1 here. Am I thinking more variety or almost all MTG? Almost all MTG, yeah. So Fridays, like today, I'll probably be doing a lot of variety streaming, but that's still 6 days out of the week, right? 6 out of 7. And I'm sure there'll be some Fridays that I just jam Magic anyway. Like today, it was the first day of the 365, right? It made sense to play Magic. Hey, Big Oofta, thanks for 47 months there. Happy day one, appreciate it. This might be greedy as shit, but I really like the Metamorph Grizzlebrand line. I want to see it. They might get ruined. It might just get like absolutely rocked if they just like draw into a bunch of like griefs and stuff. Griefs plus Thoughtseize or what have you. I could like really regret chilling. If we don't do that, then we're Singing to Stupor, bouncing the Recurring Nightmare, and then Time Warping, and then I'm Twistering. Yeah, it's just better, right? Just a better line. Oh, you know what I could have done is Singing to Stupor the dog. I was thinking if I Singing to Stupor the reanimation spell, then the dog gets to attack and blink Mana Vault. If they hadn't already made their land drop this turn, I would not have allowed this. I jammed like a full Imperium album the other day, and now my YouTube autoplay got a lot weirder. I'm into it. Let's get these graveyards out. Are we going to 3 to find Time Warp? So I think my best line here is to lead on the Time Warp, the same as I would otherwise, right? And copying Grizzlebrand means that Fnatic now taps for 4. So that's exciting. Can't quite Snapcast back Time Warp. We have the mana with the vault, but we don't have the blue mana. Right, we have 6, 7, 8, but only 2 of it's blue, and you'd need 3 blue for the Snapcast Warp. And I don't think Green Sun Zenith for Eternal Witness works, right? That uses all 4 of my Fnatic mana. Yeah, it'd be 1 mana short. Very close, though. Let's draw another 7. Or do I want to draw 7 post-Twister? No, let's draw 7 now. I think. Let's play the Mana Vault. And then Twister. I mean, Twister's a lot better if you have both Time Walks in the bin. I'll try another 7. Ooh, a Time Walk. Very cool. Yeah, that's a perfectly fine spot to concede. So we have an extra turn lined up already. So this Tamiya would just uptick. And then I would run out like Boots, Elvish Mystic. And then on my extra turn, Grizzlebrand can just attack. I'm going to take a damage from here, go down to 2. But then they have to like trade. So we go up to 9. And then we don't really have to worry about Mana Vault anymore. And then we Eternal Witness back Time Walk. And then in the next extra turn, we Nantuku the Eternal Witness. And that's not like infinite turns, but it's enough, right? It's enough, whatever you're doing. Awesome. Should I cut my Monstrosity? After I untapped, I could have Mystic Confluence to Monster Grizzlebrand. Could have. But I think like spending all your resources, just taking extra turns is better. Better and more fun. If I'm going for 365 days in a row, does that mean I'm going to start Blueprints? It'll probably take me 365, huh? I tried Blueprints, bounced off it. Seemed like a very well-made game that was not quite for me. I enjoy puzzle games, but I like them to be accessible. The more memory-based or note-taking based the progression, the less interest I have in them. I bounced off Outer Wilds very similarly. Also another like very well made game. Also just like wasn't for me. How often do I oil my beard? Very rarely. Control Z doesn't work. Damn. Because I could have Green Sun for Nadu here, and that would have been pretty good use of this mana. Originally started bottoming because I wanted to find Time Walk. But now I think I'm just going to like Halfling and Twister. How often do I oil my bum? At least twice a day. No one likes a dry bum. Wet ass all day? All day. I don't even wipe. Everyone's like such an environmentalist. But then you save some water by not flushing. You save some toilet paper by not wiping. Bunch of phonies. Bunch of phonies, I tell you. Well, this is fucking annoying, Artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers can't be activated. How playable is EDH on Moto? I think Duel's a little bit better. The one-on-one version of EDH. The big issue with EDH on mobile is the 4-player version. Like, you're restricted to, like, it's not like you get a larger screen, right? There's just, like, suddenly 4 fucking... Clarion not serving is real interesting. I guess Endurance is a card that people would play around often. I think you would play around Epiphany a little bit less often, but playing around Endurance makes sense. Oh, is the untap of Mana Vault a triggered ability? Interesting. I can block the troll. I'm not gonna. I am currently regretting my my draw 7. Hey, I attack you. Things 107 months there. Appreciate it. Why is... I'm like holding down control or something. Why isn't my mana just being used? Oh shit, what up? I attack you. Thanks for gifting 10 subs. Congratulations to DJ Fap City, Barazors, Mentit Ray, Don O, Runst, Grim Sanson, Crooks, Ultimate Price, and Covalent Bond. Huge thanks, I attack you. Very generous gifting there. Beer back. One out of 365. That's right, son of on it. Cool one, Lucky Ghoul. Yeah, I love me some Doom. I think Yob's probably my favorite Doomy band. Are we counting Stoner Metal as Doom? Not really. Electric Wizard and Sleep are indeed Doom Metal. If you take the pain to call something Stoner Metal, then I just like don't think you're talking about Doom. Like I would call those Doom, but not Stoner. Interesting that they left the troll there, huh? Ah, less interesting. Fair enough. When I think of Stoner, I just think of like the sword, right? And I don't really put Electric Wizard and the sword in the same genre. I think that is like the split of like here's a good example of Stoner, here's a good example of Doom. Bongzilla. Bongzilla's Stoner Metal, right? They have those like pacing wise, they have a few like aggressive. Give me a sec here. Let's see what fucking Wikipedia says about Bongzilla. It calls them Stoner Metal. I do have one of their albums on. I do have Wisconsin on vinyl. You gotta represent. Yeah, I think the pacing for Doom is different. Wisconsin. Yeah, they're based out of Madison, and the band's name is Bongzilla, so. Suppose. No weed drop. No land drop. No weed drop. No land drop because the Liliana's upticking, right? So I don't want to leave good cards exposed if I don't have to. Kind of an odd little attack, with the Johnny, not the Cat Warrior token. With me at 6 over here. Good evening, Kenixime. This is bad. I shouldn't be doing this. Because they're just going to, like, slam Grave Titan now. Why do I care about that Liliana so much? Oh, I have an extra turn. Nice. Never mind, I'm a genius. Kind of forgot I had 2 lined up. I wouldn't say that, Barazors. Very difficult to know that sort of thing for sure. Usually best to like note suspicious behavior, but then also give people the benefit of the doubt, right? There's a lot of times people are just like playing around stuff. And you don't get to see their hand and something that seems suspicious to you might be perfectly normal, right? Oh, man. Yeah, we know that one of the 2 last cards is Grave Titan. I was kind of hoping Harvester was going to be their only play. Because then a land drop gets me the Time Walk for the win there. But they had Toxic as well. Come on, Ponder. Come on. All right, this has been a lot of Imperium. Being sick though. Let's listen to them. Some of them fast guitars, huh? Some of them faster ones, yeah. Kind of want to save clues to like flip Tamio next turn. Because a flip Tamio gets you that time walk back. Best mana drain of all time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if they were ghosting, they don't slam the Grave Titan in there, right? This double block might suck. They're only at 3 over there. So just like land drop attack bang, probably way better. They might have been like praying for me to block there. Sure. Come on, deck. What else got exiled? The Tamio got exiled. Eternal Witness did not get exiled. But the Twister and the Tamio are the big ones. Opponent's got me on a 2-turn clock here. Yeah, they might lose because of that block. Kind of wild. Most people would call this like math rock or prog. Hot diggity. I almost want to return the Springheart Nantuku and then enchant and then play a land and get another Eternal Witness. Yeah, I really like this color pair with the extra turns and stuff because we don't have removal, right? like you just like you're very often gonna fall behind, and then you need to like piece the puzzle together to win from behind as you take a bunch of turns. Glad to hear that, Malachorian. Glad you're enjoying the games. I seem to do well when I draft this deck. Where would I rate it compared to other decks in the cube? Like power-wise? It's hard to know because like I don't get it that often, right? If I could like always get this deck with the Time Walk and stuff, it'd be like a lot easier. Yeah, so tapping the Mana Vault to warp here would be pretty bad. You just have like a tapped Mana Vault doming you every turn to get an extra land down. Very tempting to counter that. But I'll do that one instead. Yeah, so it's not really fair to compare it like this to like Boros or something, right? You can still draft Boros without power. This deck you kind of like need the Time Walk. You can have a lower power version with Time Warp, but I don't draft that as often because it's not as fun. I really like this song. I love how happy he is about his swords. Thousands of swords, no one can take them from me. Like everyone's coming for his swords. Very tempting to witness back warp here. It's probably better to get Nadu down. Oh, what did I do? One issue with this deck is that we don't have Bill. We don't have a tutor target to combine with the Nadu, really. Hey, to next 42, thanks to 89 months. Yeah, sup to next. Hope you're doing well. You gonna bounce my Nadu? I think Recurring Nightmare is good enough to mana drain, huh? They knew about the mana drain. But I don't think that's reason to stop me. Oh, hello. Too bad I can't Green Sun the aura onto a creature, right? That would be sick. That'd be a sick win here. All right, what's in this deck? We got Eternal Witness and Nadu. Those are my main two Green Sun targets. I kind of don't want to cast the Green Sun because then it shuffles back in. I should probably play it. They might have to Crocus Nadu just so they don't die, huh? Oh, I forgot we had Lutrim. So easy to forget about Lutrim. I kind of have that issue with all companions. Yeah, one more mana. This would have flipped into 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, well. Out of sight, out of mind. I see that. I see that. I like this track, but I've heard it a lot. I guess I've heard all these tracks a lot. You know what I mean, though. Some tracks age better than others. Playlist probably time for a reshuffle. Last time I brought in my anti-graveyard stuff, I like cut the monstrosity and the oddity. So I cut my few win cons. I'll cut monstrosity and leave oddity in this time. Maybe I'll cut like lose focus. Or maybe a dork, just cut Elvish Mystic. Kind of dig that. Yeah, I heard the new Propaganda was good. The next Punk Night. I'll check it out. Sleep Token fans. You're comparing them to Tool fans? I've never heard a pushy Tool fan in my life. Taylor Swift now. Hey, Stony Pony, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 22 months. I'm kind of with you about Sleep Token. Like, the more I hear about them, like, the more I resent them. It's just, don't care that much. They're, like, fine. I'm glad people are enjoying them. Oh, that's what you mean by pushy, Spawn. You just mean irritating. Mildly irritating. Die-hard Ghost fans are starting to grit in your nerves. Really? I've met some die-hard Ghost fans and like metal festivals and stuff. People like just show up for Ghost and then leave before the next act and stuff. They have a bunch of Ghost merch and that's all they're there for. Certainly didn't grate on my nerves though. Once something gets to a point of popularity, you find yourself disliking it. The innate hipster demon. Yeah. Yeah, if you have a natural tendency to go against the grain and like obscure things, it can be difficult when things you like become popular. That's how you get more sweet things, though. Yeah, if the Goist was slightly larger, I would have metamorphed it and got a big burst of mana here. And now I'm kind of keeping that line available, but doubly so. Oh, they're going to Nightmare back the Trumpeting? That could be quite good. That's a hell of a metamorph target. You're just sharing your enthusiasm about a band you like a lot? Hell yeah, hippie boy. Don't let anybody get you down about that. Hey, Weldernock, thanks for 52 months there. Hope I've been well. I've been excellent, thank you. There's not that much I can do with the extra green mana if I tap an island and leave them both up. What would I do with 8 green, right? Old time walkie. Oh, I'm sorry. Searching for a time WALK for those viewers with doggos. There we go. That seems winning. That seems fucking winning. Got this Tameo at 6 here. Not quite enough blue for the double, but oh, there we are. Very necessary to loot tree time walk. That's what I'm here to do. Totally reasonable to concede as well. Oh, I gotta say, this is a good start to the 365. This is it, friends. 364 more days of this specifically. Just keep this energy. Keep this fucking energy. Love those danks. Love those danks where you get to take a bunch of turns and do all the things, and your opponent's like, well, he might brick and then die, and it never happens.